This is the age of big data. We are consuming more information than we have ever done before. And we are producing more information than we have ever done before. Social media has brought us a revolution. It has brought us some kind of connectivity with the rest of the world that has now become an inseparable part of our lives. And Facebook is one of the most well-known social media platforms. But is Facebook only about connecting us with one another through an online medium? Or is there something more to it? There are a few things that you have decided to share with Facebook on your own. And that is your birthday, your city, your education, your workplace, your phone number, and of course, your friends. Just to name a few examples. But do you know that Facebook knows things about you that you may not be so happy about? Facebook knows your online shopping habits. It knows how frequently you use your credit cards. And if you're a woman, it also knows if you're pregnant. Facebook knows the size of your property. It also knows what kind of holidays you enjoy, and actually it also knows when was the last time that you went for a holiday. Facebook knows what type of food you eat, what restaurants you go to, and whether you use discount coupons or not. Many people share their moods on Facebook, but they do not know that actually Facebook uses it to later show them the advertisements that suit their mood. Facebook very keenly observes what you watch on Facebook, how much time you devote to see certain things on Facebook, what interests you more, and what kind of articles you read and comment on. Actually, Facebook's algorithm keeps an eye on every single activity of yours. And this is exactly how Facebook knows your sexuality, your political affiliation, your race, your religion, and of course, it always knows your location. And later, Facebook uses this data to share this with the advertisers who are very keen to get to know what kind of personality you are. And then later, the advertisers show you the ads and try to sell you the products which you are most likely to buy. And all this is happening when you think that you are free to make your own choices. But do you realize that actually you are making the choices out of the options that are being given to you? Facebook, a so-called social media platform which is supposed to connect you with the rest of the world, is actually keeping you in some kind of a bubble. And of course, all this is legal because once you joined Facebook, you agreed to its terms and conditions. I know that you don't like it. And what are the other things that Facebook knows about you? It knows what kind of people live in your house. It knows whether you still live in your hometown or not. It knows if you donate to charity, and it also knows if you're an investor. It knows your credit card type and also if you have a debit card. And of course, you can not reveal some of the information. And in that case, Facebook will not know this. But still, by observing your online browsing habits, Facebook knows what kind of person you are. Facebook is not so keen to make you a responsible citizen. It is rather keen to present you the content that you are less likely to reject. But is it only about Facebook? Other social media platforms, many websites and many applications do exactly the same. They observe your online behavior very keenly. And since Facebook knows what kind of content you are more likely to watch, it automatically supplies you with a similar content. And you start to watch that content repeatedly. The same goes with the advertisements. It shows you the ads based on your browsing habits. And gradually, you end up putting yourself in some kind of a bubble. and your newsfeed is full of information which does not show the other side. In the long run, watching similar type of stories related to current affairs and politics can make you biased because you do not know the other side of the story. And trust me, there is plenty of content that can be supplied to you every day, and the bubble around you gets more and more intense. In a massive country like India, there are thousands of crimes happening every year. In 2015, there were around 200,000 crimes against senior citizens in India. In the UK, a research done by the Royal College of Students revealed that almost 200,000 people a month did not get a surgery, even after waiting for more than 4 months and a half. In Canada, according to Fraser Institute, the total number of medical procedures for which people were waiting in 2016 was almost 1 million. Why am I telling you all these statistics? Because I want you to understand how many sensational news channel stories can be generated with that massive numbers. I want you to understand how easy it is for news channels to increase or decrease the frequency of negative news, negative stories, so that it can fit their narrative. But does it mean that you should not be aware of the crimes that are happening around you? No, it doesn't. But I want you to be aware that there are many alternative sources which are less likely to be biased. So what are the alternative sources? First of all, government websites. And there are also many independent surveys and studies which are regularly conducted by international and domestic institutions which can reveal the data that are many times missed in the government's researches and surveys. And most of these institutions, they have their own websites. So you don't have to necessarily go to see news channels or read a newspaper to get to know what surveys were conducted by them. You can just simply go to their website. I want the people to develop a habit of getting more into factual studies, surveys, and researches which are done by different think tanks. And I also want the people to pay a close attention to the methodology that is being used in the surveys, because different methodology can reveal different results. By doing this, you are less likely to stay in a bubble. Every country is different. What may be successful in country A may not necessarily be successful in country B. And within India, every society, every district is different. But the government websites do not give you enough information about the most ordinary problems that people are facing in their everyday lives. So that is why you must start identifying the problems around you, and you must try to find the solutions. Because your country is unique, and it is full of action, and all you need is a keen observation. Go out of your house, choose a street, and then just keenly observe. Forget about Facebook and WhatsApp. Just look around what is happening and start identifying the problems that people are facing, and then make a note of it. And the next day, go to the same street, see if the problem is repeating, and then go to another district in the city, or maybe even to a different city. Only then you will know the scale of the problem. But remember, try to be correct in your estimations, because overestimation and underestimation are equally dangerous. And then give yourself a few days to come up with a solution for that problem, but without the help of the internet. And then you have a few possible scenarios. Scenario number 1 is that the problem has already been noticed and there is already an existing solution for it. But still, the problem exists, which means more actions have to be taken and there is a room for improvement. Scenario number 2, you came up with a worse solution to a problem that has already been found. But still, you gave an exercise to your brain. And after so many such failures, trust me, you will be able to come up with solutions to some other problems. Your own blockbuster idea. Scenario number three, you came up with a better, unique idea, and now you're all set to go. And now we have the last scenario. Nobody had addressed that problem before. So here you go. You have a solution to a problem that has never been noticed. What else do you need? Don't make your smartphone the only source of information. There is so much of action that is happening in India and that has not been uploaded on the internet yet. Use your smartphone wisely. Do not let anyone rule your thoughts. Do not fill your brain with some borrowed opinions. Remember, you are at your creative best when you are the owner of your mind. And only creative minds can find effective solutions to the problems. Thank you.